In the beginning of Parashat Vayetze, we learn, Chazal tell us, Vayetze Yaakov mi Beersheva, kevan she'yatza tzaddik. Once a tzaddik leaves a place, yatza hoda, yatza hadara, the glory of the place is gone. When the tzaddik is in a place, it affects the actual place. When a person does a mitzvah, that place becomes a makom kadosh. Now we learned this by Yaakov Avinu in this week's parasha, but really is something very powerful that you see throughout Tanakh. I'll give one example. When David HaMelech becomes a fugitive by his own father-in-law, the king, that now wants to arrest him, wants to kill him, the first night that this becomes evident to him, and he has to run for his life from his home, leaving Michal, his wife, behind, he runs. Where is he going to go to? He goes to Shmuel HaNavi, his Rebbe, the one that nominated him as the next king. You know, he is hiddenly the next king. He already has been nominated as the next king. HaKadosh Baruch Hu kind of put aside Shaul, but officially, the person in power, in palace, is Shaul HaMelech. So he goes to Shmuel. Shaul hears about it, sends a troop of soldiers to go capture him, bring him back. And the Psukim say, as soon as they get to the vicinity of the house of Shaul HaMelech, of Shmuel HaNavi rather, they become Nevi'im. The place of Shmuel HaNavi affects them. They start saying Nevuah, and they join the yeshiva of Shmuel HaNavi. They never go back. He sends a second troop. Same thing happens. A third one. Same thing happens. He says, I'm going to go myself. Now, Shaul had one episode of Nevuah the day that he was here, years back, the day that he was nominated as the first king. One of the signs was that he met a number of Nevi'im, and he was mitnabeh, he prophesied with them. So, by him, his soul was more delicate, was more sensitive. As soon as he gets not to the vicinity of the house of Shmuel HaNavi, but as soon as he enters the city of Shmuel HaNavi, he starts saying Nevuah, and he does tshuva, and he goes back, says, I made a mistake. A kedusha of a place, when a person decides, despite the challenges, despite the temptations, to do the right thing, it affects the entire house. It affects the entire family. It affects the entire children and grandchildren and everyone that you come in contact with. And for that token, you also attach yourself to the tzaddikim, to the good chevra. Like Rambam writes at the beginning of the 6th parak of Hilchot Deot, when a person is connected with that, there's a kedusha that envelopes the person. And you become now elevated because of the atmosphere of kedusha that's surrounding. When a person goes to Eretz Yisrael, it's kedushat makom. When you go to Bet Knesset, the people davening, it's kedushat makom. When a person is in the vicinity of a person that does mitzvah, it's kedushat makom. And when you do a mitzvah yourself, you just created kedushat makom. And that's something so powerful to encounter, something so powerful to think about, B'ezrat Hashem, for all of us to merit, to be creating that Kedushat HaMakom around us and attaching ourselves to other people's Kedushat HaMakom. Amen.